Here we are today at an Encore park, and we're going to show you today the worst one in the system. Let's go take a look. First off, let's take a look and show you that our neighbor is right on top of us. We also have a very large tree, which seems to be in a lot of the spots that you have. That gives you no place to park your tow vehicle. So you can see here, there's no way you can put a truck in here. If we put my truck here, it would be in the other people's parking spot. Take a look at how crowded it is all the way down. And we're going to go take a look at some of the parking that they have here. Here's one of the parking places you can put tow vehicles, things like this. And notice right off the bat they have two spots that you can't even put a truck into, which is real downer for people that have tow vehicles, that you can't get into it. One more reason that this is the worst park in the system. Let's take a look at a couple other things that we see. You can see from here, it's a tight fit. Even the streets are skinny as heck. We came in this morning and couldn't even get into the driveway because there was two other, a motorhome and a fifth wheel, that were blocking the driveway, which there's no way to humanly possible have an area here to pull your vehicles in when you're checking in. They do not have no such area, which we'll take a close look at that in a few minutes. It is even to drive a vehicle down the street here. And meanwhile, you're supposed to be parking your vehicles along here. And you can't have your vehicle on the street at all or hanging over the street. If you are a Trails Collection member, you actually have to pay $20 more per site here just to be able to come into the park. Where the way this park looks, they should be paying you $20 to park here. Spots are very tight. Tight fit for slides. But of course the Encore parks, the Trails Collections, will not let you pick a site. They assign you sites. So here's a nice site that I could have gotten into fairly easy, which wouldn't have caused a problem. Might have been a light pull here, but at least I would have been able to pull in straight and been able to street the trailer out straight. Now, if you look clear at the other end of the park, which we had those few parking spots there that you could have, you can try to scavenge a spot up here by the office, which you can see are all pretty much full. You can see here several people had to bring their trucks up here to find a place to park. Here's this great driveway that they've got coming you in. So you can come in two ways. You can come in this way and really not a place to park. The other fifth wheel was actually coming from that direction, which we pulled in behind him, but he didn't give us enough room to pull up. So we kind of hung over there where you see that white truck in that general area. Then we had a motorhome come in with a tag towed behind it, and they blocked the entrance here so you couldn't go down that side once we checked in. So then I tried to come down here through the exit here, which you can't go down the street that we're looking at because it's a one-way street. So I tried to make a right-hand turn with the yellow poles there, the tight squeeze. There was no way possible to make that turn. So take a quick look at the sign here, because this is one of the signs that when you see this, you want to just drive on by. It's not worth the stop. We've stayed at a few Encore parks, and this actually, it looks nice from the outside, but the amenities, this park was built back into the 50s. Trailers back then must have been 10 feet wide, 10 feet long to be able to fit in the parking spots that they have here. Here you can take a look at the bathrooms that they have up here at the office. They're closed. So you're only down to just several bathrooms, which we'll go down and take a look at. It says these restrooms are closed for the season. There are restrooms in the rec room. Sorry for the inconvenience. So they can't even keep the toilets open or the showers open if need be. You have to go to the rec hall to use it, or this hall, the one that's down here, which we'll show you, has several broken items in it. Also notice here that they have several park models that people have bought, and they have nice little driveways to park their vehicles in. Interesting, isn't it? Nice and close. Here's the 2 sinks that are broken out of 4. We'll just take a look at a few more trailers here that are on top of each other. Nothing like having your slides nice and close. Very tight fit. Here's one that's being saved with a chair. Another side here. It's being saved by a chair. Must be nice. If you happen to come with handicap plates or a placard, you can find a couple spots. There's 3 of them here in the park, which I think is a little too small for the park. Pool. Looks like it needs to be cleaned, stained on the bottom of the pool. Just comparing the resort, those are the 2 bathrooms that were up by the office that are completely closed. Here's a typical example of your check-in here. There's one way in, one way out. It's a double-lined road here. So you can see when somebody pulls in, it blocks a driveway. They don't have any really spaces for you to check in. So when 2 or 3, even more, show up at one time, it's mass confusion here, trying to get in and out of these little one-way streets that they have here in the park. This here's the activity hall. Since we've been here, really nothing going on inside here. I've seen a few people here on the internet. They have a library here, typical. A fitness area, pool table. So here's back out front of the resort. I guess there's a few parking spots here. I'm not quite sure how safe these neighborhoods are. If you were going to leave your cars way out here in front. You can pretty well look down here. This is really not much wider than going down an alley. You know, and if people have got their trucks parked here, got their mirrors out, can really run into a real serious problem. But of course, it does look good from the road. When you pull up to the place, it looks very, very nice. I've been told that this was built basically back in the 50s, when trailers were really small. If you don't have a 20-foot or smaller trailer or a B-class van, that's about all that really fits in here comfortably. You know, there is a few spots. I've seen this spot out front here with this 5th wheel in it. It looks like it's been here for a while. There's an ideal spot. Easy in, easy out. I don't know how many spots are taken, if they work here at the campground, or what the deal is. You can see here, once again, some more golf carts taking up parking spots. Don't really know why that's happening here. If you're going to do your trash, you have to drag it all the way up here to the front of the building. There's no pickup at the campsites or anything like that, no trash cans. And you can see here where there's quite a few large trucks that are having to park up here because there's no place in their campsite to leave their vehicles. So if you leave, you may not have no place to park if you don't have any room or if you have a really large RV. So over here's the garbage compactor. It's a fairly decent sized park. It's pretty crowded. Most of the people here are monthly rentals. They seem not to mind once they get in. But the guy that's next to my unit said it took him over an hour to get his trailer into these small spaces. He's got a fifth wheel, probably about a 40-footer. And also when the people leave with these tow behinds or toads, they have to pull out front, block the driveway, and do their hookups. So another problem with not having any type of real staging area or check-in area where you can go. This here looks mostly like permanent here on my left. Here's some good, nice, big spots for you. You're pretty much in this, guys, with a slide out. So you're supposed to pull your vehicle right out front here. You know, here's one that if the guy's got an extended cab or a dually, he's not going to fit in this small spot to park his truck. There's one pulled around the back. So you either have to pull really far up and unhook or back your trailer all the way to the end if it's not too long. But you've seen some of these large motorhomes are taking up the whole campsite. There's a handful of spots that aren't too awful bad, but you do have to watch out for Cousin Eddie. Here's a typical one here, taking pretty much up its full spot. Luckily, they've got enough room to put their tow behind over here on the side because there's nobody really next to them, but this permanent. Here's some more parking that you can have. That the other side, you can't park any trucks in. Once again, there's a golf cart. I think it's been sitting there for 2 days. You can see it's pretty crowded when it comes to having a place to put your vehicles at. Remember, you got to get in here and you got to get out of here. We'll say at least they do have a dog park. Somebody already having to back up, pull around, try to get in here. We got a motor home, and it looks like a fifth wheel trying to get through. See if we can get down to where they're having to pull in their spots. Here's the trees with the scratches.
Here's the guy doing the picture show on the trees.
YouTube.
I shouldn't have showed you.
YouTube. No. It is to get in and out of here. And if you're here for 3 months, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But if you're coming in for 2, or there was a guy last night that pulled up, and we seen him at the front. He was walking. He's like, "This is crazy." And I'm like, "What?" He says, "I opened my awning." He's got to actually share a patio with somebody else. There's 2 tables on one patio, and he says, "That's crazy." He says, "I don't want these people looking inside my trailer."
I know.
And I'm like, "Yeah."
When we got here, we have a very small bus, and we were put on the other street.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were putting a pull-out out, we were like this from the pull-out beside us, and it was our emergency exit.
It's such a wonderful park.
It's so difficult.
I'm doing a YouTube video on it. We're staying here. We've only been here for 5 days. We're leaving Friday, but I mean, I have never seen. Where's your truck at?
Parked out front, so
Yep, that's it. I can't. Well, I couldn't even get mine in because I'm blocking the guy next to me. I got a tree. I got a tree right here.
which
So-
I had dealt with. This was supposed to be a pull-in.
So was mine.
There was no way
Yeah.
to pull
The
this.
guy next to me spent over an hour getting his fifth wheel in. It took us probably about
Hour and a half here.
20 or 30 minutes to get it back in.
7:30 afternoon. It's dark. I mean,
Did anybody
it's
come
dark.
out and help you?
Oh yeah, it was just
yeah.
18.
I mean, people here.
Oh, they're wonderful.
Okay, because we didn't have anybody help us. We had the neighbors come out and helped us,
yeah.
but we didn't have. They said they couldn't find anybody to come escort us in, and I was like,
That's
this
terrible.
is
Oh, it's the worst
I have
of the
never. And then right next to us we have a palm tree, and the guy next to me, he's been here a couple months. He says, "Let me show you the marks where everybody's hit." He said one guy hit it 3 times. Pull back, hit it. Pull back, hit it. Pull back, hit it. And I'm like,
Every one of
oh.
these
People
meters
helping us.
are laying sideways.
Yeah.
This one over here, there's no way of coming this way. You told me it was pull through. I said, there's no
Yeah.
way in hell we're going to be able to do that.
That's why I said,
Back
I'm
in.
still not sure how I'm going to get out. I'm on the next aisle, I guess, over.
Yeah.
And the guy next to me that had the fifth wheel says, well, they ended up pulling out forward. Because I said, what I was thinking I was going to have to do is get between the tree here, and I'm going to have to back out the way it came.
Oh,
So then I've got to figure out how I'm going to get at the end of my street. I can't turn left because there's not enough room. So if I turn right, I got to come down one of these streets to get out of here.
I'm going to go that way.
And I'm only a 34-foot trailer. We're a tag behind, we're pole behind, but I mean it's
Oh, man.
it's just like these people. I got to get her film. I haven't got to film anybody pulling in yet. So. They said if you have any trouble, their maintenance will come out and help you help you get it in. But I think you might have it now.
Once I get there, I'll be okay.
Well, they'll help you get there if there's a. I think you got it. I think she's gonna make it. Yeah. You're good if you just want it, unless you want to straighten it out a little bit more. All right, here's the laundromat. It's a pretty good size one. Plenty of washer and dryers. But the bad thing is you got to buy a card. Minimum on it is $5, and there's no refunds. Several of the posts that I've looked at says that in a lot of these Encore parks, the cards are not interchangeable. So you may end up leaving here with something on the card that you may not be able to use somewhere else. Another big feature here at the campground. We're gonna go ahead and wrap the video up right here. So you take a look. Tell me down in the comments what you think about this campground. Is this the worst Encore 1000 Trail collection that there is? Or am I just crazy? See ya on the next vlog video.